Wrestle Addict Radio HQ, representing kings of the rings to the fullest. King Ricky made the hot tag to Willie T, and out of nowhere like Randy is the Queen Bee. K-Fay brother, 400 plus in the bag like money in the bank brother. See when they pod, it's the opposite of common. Look at the comments. Crowned in a certified top 10. You heard? Kings of the Rings pod. Throw up a too sweet when you see the squad. Like a chop in a, I know you feel it. Kings of the Rings are the illest. Kings of the Rings are the illest. Kings of the Rings are the illest.
You know,
oh man,
not having listened to our theme song in a very long time, I forgot how catchy it is.
the illest, dude. We're the illest.
We are the illest indeed, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of Rings podcast, episode number 425. We're back after a month-long hiatus because things got in the way in October, like Comic-Con, Kay got married, and the World Series that some people watched. Who the hell knows?
It was great. It was fucking awesome.
That guy, go Dodgers. I'm your host, Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us. We are back again live on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. Thanks, you guys. Chat is live right now. We have a lot of wrestling to catch up on because the last time you heard from us, we were getting into Crown Jewel. We were getting into Bound for Glory. We had an NXT and TNA watch along that Will was distracted the entire time because the Yankees were doing things. And that's the last time the Yankees actually did something. So it is a historic.
It's the last game they won.
Watch. Yeah, it is the last game they won. So yeah. So we've got a lot of things to go over, a lot of things to cover. Please make sure if you like what you're watching or listening to right now, like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. The links to all of that are in the description below, and they will be up here in this live stream in about 2 seconds. Yeah, it's right by Will. There you go. Participate now, Will. There you go. You're important. Get out. There you go. You're important. I could switch it up for you.
My camera's like.
Do you want the KOTR logo or do you want the
That's
QR
fine.
code?
Give me a QR code. If I want to hide out like this.
There you go. Here's the QR code. Sorry. Let's backtrack a little bit. Let's get into Crown Jewel. So this was from Perth, Australia. John Cena's last time there in the Crown Jewel Mythological Championships, or rings, were on the line. And WWE made sure to let you know that, yes, indeed, the same Crown Jewel belts were being taken to Australia from Saudi Arabia. So they made that very clear.
Oh yeah, that was this show. I watched this one live.
This
was in October. It feels like it was. God, October felt like it was 6 months long, dude. So much happened in October. It was such a long month.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot happened. Here are the Crown Jewel results on the bottom. We're running through them real quick. Seth Rollins beat Cody Rhodes to be the men's Crown Jewel champion. Stephanie McMahon, surprisingly to me, beat Tiffany Stratton to be the women's Crown Jewel. John Cena and AJ Styles we will talk about that.
Yeah, I remember that now. I do remember a lot. I have a lot to say about that one, actually.
The Tribal Thief beat the Tribal Chief, Bronson Reed. A big surprise there. Yeah. And of course, LOL, EO, and Rio were going to win.
Easy points, baby. Easy points. Australia. I'll take my point.
Yeah. So those are the results of it. But listen, Seth winning, not that surprising. Seth getting injured, also not that surprising when you look at the history of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he did it coast to coast. I'm like, what are you doing? Why? You don't need to do. Yeah, idiot. Look what happens. Idiot.
And so now pretty much Seth is gone. He had to relinquish the title, which leads into Saturday night's main event, which we will be talking about a little bit later. And the rumors are he's gone for at least a half a year.
6 months.
Yep. Seth back on the shelf. Every time he gets something good, he injures himself in some way, shape, or form.
He loves getting injured with the title.
The first time, like, it was I think it was like
the knee injury.
10 years ago today is when the knee injury happened.
Yeah,
that was a live event.
Kane on a house show.
Sunset flip blew out the knee.
Sunset flip on you sort of powerbomb onto a table off the rope, and you see his knee go the wrong way.
Oh yeah, collapsed straight to the ground. So bye Seth. Stephanie beating Tiffy was an interesting match, especially for the fact that Stephanie won.
Yeah,
you know. But also surprising for I watched that match, and they are surprisingly really good together.
Yeah.
And especially for Tiffany, I think Tiffany likes a stronger style of wrestling. Because Stephanie can wrestle stiff. She wrestled in Japan and Mexico for a while, and you never see Tiffy really wrestle stiff or a stiffer style. She did it with like the Extreme Rules match that she did with Becky Lynch down in NXT for the NXT Championship. But she doesn't really like whenever you face her. She's always like they highlight her athleticism, but she like it's going to sound weird, and I don't mean in this way. She likes to get hit. She likes like a rougher style of wrestling.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
She dated a German.
It's not German. He's Mexican now, apparently.
No, Louis Kaiser. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like Americano.
Go Grande Americano. Yeah, so I thought it was surprising. I was like, oh, wow, Tiffy can do a harder style of wrestling, and you just never see it. And so I liked their chemistry, so I thought that was really surprising to see.
Yeah, she is quite flashy. I'll use the word flashy. Flashy and shiny with her in-ring.
Very shiny, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. And Stephanie Vaquera is kind of the opposite of that. She's a little darker, a little grittier, a little grungier, a little more physical. So, yeah, maybe she took the opportunities. It's like, or maybe Stephanie's just that good and she just is like, I'm going to make you look way different. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. You never know.
Like how we watch the product and how like they watch the product could just be completely different, right? Because they know how the sausage is made. Like, this is really good. To be like, oh, actually, sausage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a quality match. Definitely surprising. At least she was the golden goose.
I think 2 high-profile losses in a month.
In a row, yeah. In a row. I mean, I think she'll be fine moving forward. Like, especially going into next year's WrestleMania. In Saudi Arabia, a nice hot lawns.
No.
Sorry, the year after. Sorry,
yeah, she's
next year's in Vegas. Like moving forward, I think she's still a focal point of this company, but her title reign, it ran its course a long time ago, and they just needed to. I guess they just needed to that Jade marinate just a little bit longer. A nice character tweak. See where she goes from here. I think we've been saying this in the show for a while. Give her the ball. And see what she can do.
Let her down. And they honestly, I was ticked off about it because I was like, they had every opportunity for Jade to take it off of Tiffy.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they were dragging their feet. I was like, why are they not doing this yet? And ironically enough, they used a real life snafu in a wrestling match to kind of propel her character. And I was like, you know what? It worked.
Yeah. I mean, Jade as a babyface champion would not have worked. I will say that right now.
She need a little bit more, heat and viciousness.
Yeah, and just work strong.
Yeah, and it worked, But let's move on to Cena and Styles. I did not see this coming, but it was one of the. All right, so do you remember, Will, when Edge and Randy tried to do the greatest wrestling match ever? And we were like, they got close.
They did get pretty close. because they built it as the greatest wrestling match ever during COVID. We're like...
Yeah. Ooh.
You sure? You sure you want to do this, Vince? You sure? And yeah, it was good. I forgot that match happened until just right now. So yeah, it was good.
This is what I feel like the greatest wrestling match ever, quote unquote, would have looked like in front of a live crowd. And to have Cena and Styles do that as an homage to all of their favorite people in wrestling was fantastic. Cena surprising Styles with his custom ring announcement.
That was awesome. AJ wrestling in the undies.
Yes,
that was great. Because it was his old AJ look. I think his jacket was a TNA jacket too.
Something like that, yeah.
And he announced his next year's the end of his career. So yeah, I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. But I do not want to see this trend a lot moving forward.
I think I agree with you, but I think of any two guys that could do that, it was Styles and Cena.
Yeah. Like it was fine for what it is, but like I don't want to see like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going to do this next time they have a match. Yeah. Because like John Cena, it's like, all right, it's the last time I'm going to see it. Because there is a meaning behind his actions, John Cena.
Yeah.
He's paying homage to the people he can't have the final match with. Or the people he did have a final match with. AJ's kind of doing the same thing.
I mean, he had Christopher Daniels' Angel's Wings.
Yeah, I think he had a Kazarian move too. So
yeah.
So for the two of them in the situation they were in, it worked.
It makes so much sense, yeah.
But I do not want to get in a pattern of this burying people's finishers over and over and over for what it is, a cheap 2-count kick out.
Yeah, it's a love letter to wrestling, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part is when they totally ad-libbed it, and I thought it was brilliant.
The 619.
The crowd started chanting 619, and Wade Barrett's like, "All right, guys, let's be real. There's only like a handful of people that can actually pull this off."
Yeah, and John Cena's not one of them.
And then he holds AJ up to the second rope, and Wade's like, "Well, I guess we're gonna do it." And then they did the fake out. I was like, all right, that's perfect.
That was fun. Good finish. Good finish too.
Good finish. They now end their careers even with each other. They are both 2-2.
Perfect.
One
more match.
Exactly. And now we will forever have the argument who was better, AJ or Cena.
I mean, it's Cena, but yeah.
I would go Styles. But we can have this argument years down the road because we're like, well, look at their head-to-head. They tied. Yeah, so like there is no definitive answer, and that is what makes sports entertainment and sports great.
Well, if you want to do impact on their business overall, AJ does have a very, very good case with the Bullet Club and making TNA, especially if TNA doesn't go out of business in the next like 10, 15, 20 years. If TNA is still around when me and you have this argument on episode 1000, like that gives a lot of goodwill to AJ Styles.
Yeah. Also, I did read TNA. TNA just got a deal with to get broadcasted in Latin America.
Amazing. Good.
They just hit a deal. So congratulations to them. And we are going to talk about that. It's a great segue, Will, by the way. We are going to talk about Bound for Glory, their WrestleMania happening the next day in your home state, Lowell, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
I watched this. I finally got around to watching this, and because, things got in the way in life. And my Lord, what a show. So real quick, Mike Santana beat Trick Williams to become the TNA champion and the first Puerto Rican TNA champion in history. The Hardy Boys retired with Dudleys, and we will talk about that entire thing. Leon Slater and Javon Evans went to a time limit draw for the X Division title. And
I'm not mad. I think time limit draw should come back.
You need to watch that match. The System defeat Order 4 in Hardcore War, which is a fantastic match, actually. Very surprising. There was a cheese grater involved. Kalani Jordan retained, beating Indy Hartwell for the Knockouts Championship. Frankie Kazarian and Nick Nemeth both won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which comes into play later. Tessa won, unfortunately.
Damn it. I think I picked that one. I think I picked Tessa.
You did pick Tessa.
Yeah, let's go.
Steve Macklin defeated Frankie Kazarian to become the new TNA International Champion. And then in the pre-show, the Inspiration, formerly the Iconics, beat Dana Brooks' group, the Elegance Ranch, to retain the TNA Knockouts Tag titles. Mickey James and the Beautiful People were both inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame.
The Beautiful People.
Both in that. So let's talk about things that happened. Get out the crown results. That happened during this. I love Slammiversary, but I think this was a better show. Like pound for pound match wise.
I didn't watch it, but seeing the results, I mean, yeah, the ladder match, great. You know why this is a better show? Because the fucking main event. That's why. Because
it actually wasn't the main.
But Santana got the belt, which was the right call. And they should have done that in New York. That's what I mean. Because that is where they blew it with Slammiversary. I get why they wanted to drag it out to Bound for Glory, but they still could have done that the rematch. You still have the Gaga with the Hardys and the Team 3D, which apparently was a good match. I love the idea of the time limit draw.
I think,
and then all the rest.
Here's why I think that's important for us, because we're going to talk about it later, but NXT Gold Rush.
Yeah.
And all right, so Javon Evans, they were fantastic. Javon Evans and Leon Slater is a great thing of like, it's a friendly. It's literally just a friendly in like soccer terms, but they don't hold back. And it's so much fun. They started chopping each other, and at one point, Leon Slater was like, chop me again. Leon Slater was like, put your hands, or no. Leon Slater was like, chop me, and Javon Evans was like, I'm going to do it, but put your hands behind your back. And so Leon Slater does it, and then Javon Evans hits with a cutter.
Amazing.
Yeah, they went to a time limit draw. Dark State got involved, unfortunately. Santino was like, give him 5 more minutes, and then it still went to a time limit draw.
If you're gonna do the 5 minutes, have a winner.
Yeah, they did not. It still went to a draw.
That would be my one critique. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna give them extra time, have a winner.
Yeah, which we just mentioned. Thank you, New to This World. Yeah, so there was that. Hardcore War, which you said you didn't really remember, was interesting. The way I can describe Hardcore War, which actually made this better than Slammiversary, is Hardcore War is essentially TNA's version of War Games without the double cage in the ring. Same concept. Like I said, there was a cheese grater involved. Alicia Edwards got thrown through tacks.
Ow.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali missed his 450 and fell stomach first onto tacks.
Love to see it. Ow.
yeah. Yeah. It was.
The guy has like no body fat too. That hurts even more.
Yeah, Moose wrapped his torso in chains and speared people.
Ow.
Yeah. So it was a wild match, a great use of stuff. Eddie Edwards, who's part of the System 1, because obviously Eddie Edwards is from Boston, so he came out wearing like a Celtics jersey and things like that. Eddie and his wife, Alicia Edwards. So they ended up winning. That was fantastic. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet was so much fun because you never know who was going to come out. And I think I explained before, it's set up like a Rumble style thing. Then the last 2 participants.
So it's a one-on-one match.
Becomes a one-on-one match.
I love that a lot. I forget. I might have. Did I pick Dolph Ziggler to win that one? No, I picked Matt Cardona.
Yeah, you got close. No, I think it was whatever. I picked Francis. Whatever. We both lost. AJ Francis got knocked out. Cardona was in the final 3. Cardona was in the final 3. The hometown man came out, which was amazing.
I'm the hometown man.
Wearing a Larry Bird Celtics jersey.
I'd love to see it.
It ended up being Kazarian and Nick Nemeth, because Kazarian actually took out he took out somebody and replaced the spot. And so Kazarian, when he got thrown out the ring, he got thrown out the middle rope. So he snuck his way back in, threw out Cardona, or else Cardona would have been in the final 2. So yeah, you had Nick Nemeth versus Kazarian for the title, and then they both rolled each other up, and both of their shoulders and all 4 of their shoulders were down. So they called the tie. So you knew a lot about Call Your Shot, right? So since it's their Money in the Bank,
yeah.
They get a Call Your Shot trophy, and so in order to call your shot, you have to present the trophy. Yeah, but now and that comes into play later, because there's 2 of them now, so they both can call their shot for any title, anytime, anywhere. But you have to have the trophy.
That's funny. They both share the trophy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it's Kazarian and Nick Nemeth. So
that'd be funny. They both share the trophy, but only one of them can call it in. So it's like. You guys
they didn't do it, and I wish they would have.
That would have been really funny, because it's like, okay, you both won, but there's only one trophy, so it's like whoever cashes it in first is the guy who cashes it in.
Exactly.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been great storytelling. So let's move on to the heart of the show, the one final table, Hardys, Dudleys. It was a beautiful homage. Jeff Hardy does a swanton off the 20-foot ladder on Devon, just like he did 25 years ago at MSG.
That stupid motherfucker. Why?
He actually, on the fall, he doesn't fall far enough, so he kind of clicks his head on the back of the ladder.
Of course he does.
But he's fine, ironically.
Of course he is.
So it was also classic table match rules, where each member of the team has to go through a table.
Oh, God, that was the best.
In an offensive maneuver, which they were very clear to
you have to put them, you have to drive them through the table.
They can't just go through a table.
Yeah.
So it gets to the point where it's essentially a TLC match. So Devon gets thrown through the chair. I think Jeff was through a ladder or through a table. My fault. All of them. All of those stuff's happened. And then Jeff Jeff got 3D through a table really quickly, actually, in the match. They hit the 3D still seamlessly, and like Devon can barely freaking walk. So it gets up, so they have a ladder set up, and since Devon got taken up by the Swanton, Jeff and Matt get into the ring and they start wailing on Bubba with steel chairs. You know, also before I get to that finish, during the Dudley's entrance, they brought out Spike.
No.
Spike came back.
No fucking way. Dude, I'm in a part of ECW lore where Spike is a giant killer. He comes down and like kicks all the big guys in the balls and hits the acid drop and just walks out.
Yeah, Spike came out. They called out Spike, came out and gave him their glasses.
God. It's funny because in ECW they weren't like aligned. they weren't. Bubba, I gotta say, Bubba Ray Dudley took the best acid drop back in the day.
Yeah,
that running bulldog, amazing.
So back to the finish. So there's a table set up. Bubba's in front of a table. Matt and Jeff are kind of welling him with a chair, and at some point Jeff is like, "Just stay down, dude. Like, just stay down." And so Bubba gets up. He uses the table to prop himself up so he's not facing the Hardys, and he turns around, and the Hardys have the chairs presented at him. And you can see it in his face. He's like, this is how I'm going to go. And he looks, long pause. And the announcers don't speak the entire time. Looks, and then Bubba just puts his head down and is like, just do it.
Take me
and
out.
They drop the chairs and they put him through a table.
There you go.
And that's how the match ends. So the match ends. And again, no commentary whatsoever, which was a beautiful part of the whole thing. So they get announced. The Hardys get their titles. They help the Dudleys up. They give them a hug and everything. They present the titles. They all four hug and everything. And then the Hardys are about to leave. And then when the Hardys leave or about to get to the ropes, Devon and Bubba grab them and pull them back.
One more match.
No, it's one of those things where you're like, wow, it's this one kind of hurts. The Dudleys start to take off their shoes.
Because they're done. Yeah.
They took off their shoes. So everybody's like, okay, we've seen this before. You take off your shoes and leave them in the ring. No, they presented the shoes to the Hardys.
And they gave them to the Hardys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's when they all just were like, shit, dude. Yeah. And that's how the match ended.
Well, Bubba and Devon should have been in the match to begin with. They're so fucking old and they're tired and they're hurt.
Well, they want to go out and the only a lot of people are like the only thing that kind of was missing was Edge and Christian. Like, I get it, but
yeah,
this is fine.
Christian's still on the contract.
Yeah, Edge and Christian will get their moment. With probably the hardest. Who knows? But no, it was a beautiful send off for them. It's one of the best. I agree with Mance as I talked to Mance, but it might be the best send off moment in history.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. So, and also have Tom Phillips on the call with Aiden English too as well.
I do love the "I'm sorry, I love you" for Ric Flair. That was pretty great.
Yeah, this was kind of the same moment without the words.
Yeah,
and I thought it was really cool. And hopefully the Bubba and Devon stay retired. I think they are because Devon looked finished.
Yeah, Devon's like, I don't want to be here. I was an agent for the past 3 years. What am I doing here? Bubba had to be like, Devon, please. It's my send off. You're just there because I need you there. Big Dick's dead. Son guy never wrestled. You're the only Dudley.
Yeah, and
Spike's a science teacher.
He looks like a science teacher. My God, he's bald. He's completely bald.
I didn't know he's bald. Yeah,
yeah. And then you get to the final match, Santana and Trick. Trick brought his lawyer out there to make sure nothing happened to him legally, which is hysterical. I didn't know Santana had a 10-year-old daughter who was wearing his vest and everything.
That's cool.
And stuff. Cool, and it was a cool moment. Santana ends up wins pretty clean. And then what ends up happening is Nick Nemeth runs to the ring with the trophy, with the Call Your Shot trophy, and everybody's like, "You've got to be kidding me! Not like this!
Not like this!
Not like this!" And so he's halfway to the ring, and the lights go off, and then all you hear is a guitar strum.
Elias.
Yep. And so Nick turns around and Elias or Elijah in TNA whacks him with a guitar to the head, Jeff Jarrett style.
Hell yeah. With powder or no powder?
Powder.
Hell, always powder. I don't know why there's powder in guitars, but it's great. It's a great visual.
Powder. So that occurs. Elias or Elijah kind of looks at Santana, tips his cap to him, and starts to turn around. What you don't see is that Kazarian has made his way to the ring and is about to do what the rep's like, you don't have the trophy. I need the trophy.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, because the trophy's on the
trophy's on the ramp.
Yeah,
how big's a trophy?
It's really small. It's really dumb looking trophy. Like you can carry it in your hand. Dude,
it needs to be like the Andre the Giant trophy. like the Stanley Cup, that size, that big of a trophy. Yeah.
So then by the time Kazarian tries to get to it, Santana took him out.
That's hilarious.
And so Santana wins. He brings his daughter in the ring. He presents the belt to us. It's a really nice moment. And Santana becomes the first ever Puerto Rican TNA World Champion. So congratulations to him. Well deserved. He has been their top babyface for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really, really, really over in New York.
Yeah, where historically most of the Puerto Rican population comes from.
Yeah, the Bronx.
Yeah.
The Bronx, you heard of it?
Yeah. I mean, he had good representation in Boston, but I was like, this should have been done in New York.
Yeah, isn't it funny? The New York guy wins in Boston.
Yeah. They did say when he's from the Bronx, he did get booed really quickly. I was like, perfect. Very, 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 very perfect moment for that. So yeah, Bound for Glory. Well, I would definitely say check it out. It's fun. Leon Slater and Javon Evans is just a wild match.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And then you got to watch the Dudley's retirement. It was really, really good. Okay, so moving on to that, we are somewhere there. All right, so then we had.
Oh, we talking about AEW? Yep. Oh, here it is.
We are.
Oh, thank God! I want to talk about this so bad.
We have AEW WrestleDream. So here's the two things I know about AEW WrestleDream besides the results, because I looked them up today. I did not watch WrestleDream. I even forgot WrestleDream was happening, because when we canceled the show one week, I was like, oh crap, WrestleDream's this weekend.
The only thing I know about this show is John Marksley tried to drown Darby Allin in a fish tank.
He did try to do that.
I quit match, didn't quit, and then he quit to a sharpshooter.
Yeah, in St. Louis.
Yeah, like, all right. You don't say I quit to almost being drowned. But then sharpshooter, I quit.
Yeah, so
really?
AEW WrestleDream's result real quick. Jet Speed defeated FTR in an everyone banned from ringside match. Jamie Hayter to beat Thekla in a $500,000 match. Jurassic Express beat the Young Bucks. The Hurt Syndicate defeated the Man, aka Ricochet's team, to become number one contenders for a trios title. Kyle Fletcher defeated Mark Briscoe to retain the TNT title. Statlander, who is the TNA Women's Champion, defeated Timeless Toni Storm to retain, which is very surprising. I'm still surprised.
Well, she won it from her. Of course, she's gonna beat her. Oh no, she has no graphic. There she is.
Yeah, Mercedes defeated Mina Shirakawa to become the interim Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, because I guess something happened with Dina. Brodito beat Okada and Takeshita. By the way, Takeshita is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion to retain the AEW Tag titles. Hangman defeated Samoa Joe to retain the AEW World title. And oh yeah, Darby beat Moxley in an I Quit match to a sharpshooter. And also, Grandpa Sting returned.
I did see Grandpa's beard. I was like, wow.
I was like, Jesus. Let him
forgot your hair dye.
Let him retire. My God, that's definitely from like it's. Once I saw what I saw, I just remember Deadpool and Wolverine, like, till you're 90.
Yeah, like what is he doing? He's no way he's gonna wrestle. What's he doing there?
It was just, I think it was a pop for the pop, because I was like, in a real world scenario, do you really think Darby can beat Moxley without help?
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, Sting returns for shits and gigs, I guess. Other stats and things to be aware of. This show started in a very weird way. I don't know if you heard about this. So they had a whole series of matches on the pre-show called Tailgate Brawl, where it was like I like the idea.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. So it was always different tailgate brawls, and then they started, I think, FTR and Jet Speed on the pre-show, and then it went into the main show. So they did the whole video package and stuff, and so the opening pyro was going on as the match was going on.
Oh, so it's like WCW's third hour.
Something like that. Yeah. I was like, huh, weird.
Dude, they would do that all the time. It's like, Tony Schiavone, it's WCW Nitro Hour 2. Lex Luger's in the ring, like, guys, there's no fucking wrestling here.
Yeah, so that was kind of a weird thing to see. Mercedes Moné has actually beat Ultimo Dragon's record. She now winning the ROH women's title was 11. The interim ROH women's title, so I'll give it like a half. But she also won another world title. She's technically at 12, and she now calls herself Ultimo Moné, which I find amazing.
Ultimo Moné, I like her. Everyone being like she's the greatest of all time, having 13 belts you've never heard of. Who cares?
So
I don't care that she has 13 belts. Like Ultimo Moné, great name. Run with the gimmick. That works. But like, great. You won belts no one's heard of from people no one care about in a company no one's ever heard of or ever will hear of.
Which is interesting because like I don't think if Mercedes was someone like Ryder who's done this before, or anybody, Austin Aries did it for a while too. Yeah. I don't think she gets as much slack as she does. I like the concept of what she's doing. It's going to be interesting to see her lose all of those belts, or what she does when those belts lose.
No, she gets signed by WWE and she just drops them.
And she puts them all in the trash.
No, she just leaves them in a hotel room somewhere. Be like, no one's going to notice they're gone.
There does seem to be a collision course between her and Statlander. By the way, she's also still the TBS champion because she hasn't dropped that yet.
Yeah, of course. Cool. Like I said, a belt no one's ever heard of from a company no one cares about.
Well, she broke Jade's record, and that was the most important thing, I thought.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. Obviously, the return of Grandpa Sting, and WrestleDream was what it was. Adam Page and Samoa Joe probably was a great match, and I totally forgot what's happening.
Yeah, I totally forgot Matt Cardona and Austin Aries did this same gimmick.
So did Kenny for a little bit.
I did know Kenny was a collector. I did know that. And then he got sick and COVID happened, so I didn't run it to its full completion.
He got diverticulitis.
He got sick. So point taken. Where it's like people only care more because it's Mercedes. I think that's I'm not going to say you're wrong, but for me personally, other than Kenny, because Kenny doing it's different because it's Kenny. But the other two, who cares? Same, because I didn't even know what happened. Kenny, because he was winning. He won ROH. I think he won TNA, and he had AEW. Right, so those are three American brands.
That's when they were working together.
Hard work with them. So those are three brands that everyone in America knows. Mercedes has TBS, ROH, one from New Japan, interim ROH, one from New Japan.
No, that would have been the Strong, but I don't think she has the Strong anymore.
Okay, so and then the rest are just
other indie promo. I think there was.
That's what I mean. Like, okay,
she doesn't have Hog, but I think what's interesting for her is that it's not just like you said. Kenny did a lot of well-known American promotions, but she's doing promotions from multiple countries.
Yeah,
which makes it a little bit more unique. And Tony Khan doesn't have a problem with that, and I get it. So. She's actually going to be showing up. There's what's called the big event is actually going to be in like 15 minutes from me in November 15th. Like on that card is her, Shayna Baszler, who just won a title, by the way, and a couple of her big names. I think it's
like if she's actively defending these belts too, like okay, that's actually pretty cool. Right? Or
from what I know,
like if she's just collecting them and then she can't do it because she has dates. She has to too many. There's only so many places she can be.
Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be interesting if she weaves her losing titles into storyline. Because then you think on the flip side of it, she's going to have to drop these titles. You would think at some point. So whoever she drops them to in these lower tier indie promotions, that person can be like, I beat Mercedes Moné.
Or if it's like a spiral where she loses like 8 of them.
I like the downward spiral. Yeah.
In 12 weeks, in 3 months, and she just loses her shit. Yeah, and she just goes fucking nuts. It's like, okay, is this gonna go somewhere, or is this like Tony Khan being a vanity project?
Yeah, I don't think it's a vanity project, but I think the greater thing is like whoever beats her for those upper belts, that person can go on and be like, I beat Mercedes Moné. It's like when I talk about Braun Strowman and be like, he beat Okada.
Yeah, he beat Okada.
Like that's a big deal,
Yeah.
you know. And like that's old school wrestling. You get over by the people you beat. You get over by rubs.
Yeah. It's a lot cooler if she's actually defending them and showing up on these brands, which I just don't think is possible. So cool. I do love Ultimo Monet though. That's hilarious. That's Ultimo great. Because like I remember like when I watched WCW, like Ultimo Drag came with like 10 belts. I'm like, you look ridiculous. You look silly. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for her to recreate that photo.
Yeah. Are her arms long enough?
No, actually.
Because some of these wrestling belts are pretty big nowadays. Like, imagine if she's like had 13 belts, right? Came back to WWE with all 13, won the crown jewel belt. It's like the size of like her. It's like her entire torso. Like,
that would be hysterical. But yeah, that was AEW WrestleDream. Blood and Guts is coming up for them, and so is Full Gear this month actually. Yay. So we'll look. Blood and Guts is still a Dynamite special when it should be a pay-per-view. That's all I'm gonna say. But they're still doing it, so we're gonna cover it at some point. Oh yeah, also Halloween Havoc happened a week after AEW WrestleDream. It was a good show. Wasn't the greatest. I still think Bound for Glory of all these shows is probably the best show that was from top to bottom put together. But we are going to go through the results really quickly as I pull them up. The Halloween Havoc results are Javon Evans and Leon Slater as a tag team defeated Mr. Iguana and La Parca. In the Day of the Dead match, Ethan Page defeated El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., the Latin American champion. Blake Monroe defeated Zarya to become the NXT Women's North American champion.
Yeah, the picture. She redid the picture that she did in AEW.
Yeah. Tatum Paxley in a shocker defeated JC Jane to become the NXT Women's champion.
I did see that too. That is crazy.
Yeah. Dark State defeated the Hardys to take back the NXT Tag Team Championships. And Ricky Saints defended his NXT World Championship and defeated Trick Williams clean as a whistle. It was pretty much clean. The big things to take. I
stole my point for picking Ricky Saints.
I will say this. The big thing here, Blake Monroe winning, Tatum Paxley winning, which I thought was really, really surprising in that nature. And it was good. They stuck with the Halloween theme a lot. Also later on or this past weekend, obviously Ethan Page and Ellie Hill to Dr. Wagner Jr.'s feud is still going on because Ethan Page and Chelsea Green went to AAA and won the mixed tag championships.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Canadian standard of excellence is running wild across all of North America. And honestly, I'm here for that gimmick to continue. So there's that. But yeah, Halloween Havoc was a good show. They are now moving into Deadline, which is their final show of the year. That's going to happen in December. And NXT Gold Rush, which we will talk about in just a couple of moments. Before we get to that, the final special that happened while we were gone, Saturday night's main event, and the shortest of all the shows, to be honest with you.
They gotta put this shit to bed, dude. They're not even on Peacock anymore. Like this, I know
no,
this
they
show
are on
is.
Peacock.
This is the only thing that Peacock has left.
Yeah,
and the ratings are bad.
So Saturday night's main event was actually a pretty interesting show. Cody defeated Drew to retain the title because Drew just loves to lose. Dom beat Penta and Rusev to retain the Intercontinental Championship in the most Eddie way possible. Jade Cargill dominated Tiffany Stratton to become the new WWE Women's Champion. And CM Punk capped off Kay's greatest week ever by becoming a 7-time world champion, beating Jey Uso for the WWE world title. So a couple of things to take from all this stuff that happened in October.
People WWE Jey Uso. That's my takeaway.
Well, no, here's the biggest takeaway that I see of all of it, because I started thinking about this once Saturday's main event was over. WWE is all elite.
I did see that photo. It's Ultima Monet tweeted out. I was like, okay, but two of them started in WWE.
So Cody, okay. You got to give it to Cody because Cody built AEW.
Yeah.
Cody, Jade is a world champion.
That's AEW for sure.
Ricky Saints is a world champion.
AEW, yes, for
Blake
sure.
Blake Monroe is a North American champion.
AEW for sure.
Ethan Page is a North American champion.
AEW, yeah, that's fair. Even though he was more TNA, but still, that's AEW.
I feel like I'm missing somebody. It's Jade, Cody, Ethan, Blake, Ricky. No, that's the 5. That's the 5.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And they say AEW doesn't make talent. They do. They just leave. Right after all, of course, Charles. Yes. Well, no, Jade's in there. Jade's as black as they get.
Charles, right. I bet you were upset by the WrestleMania promo photo too, with like everyone sitting on the table.
I'm of the speaking of the WrestleMania phone. Let's sidebar real quick. I am of two different minds. Because I'm just like, why are they pushing this so much? And I was like, oh, they're not selling. Because I was like, when do you see a WrestleMania promo package this early? Never.
Yeah.
I think they're having problems selling those tickets.
Well, probably because they're like $1,200.
Exactly.
I can't imagine why they're struggling to sell tickets to a venue they're going back to.
Yeah. And number 2,
WrestleMania should not be a residency. That's a mistake.
Well, yes, that's also true as well, because they did it before when they did Atlantic City with Trump. But also number 2, I really want, for the sake of the world to explode, to have WrestleMania just be that poker match.
God,
with those poor people for 2 days.
Yeah, I was watching Matt, man. And he's like, I think it was Rich, was just like, did you notice there was no cards? It was only chips.
Well, no, they've expanded it now. There's different ones. They showed it like 7 times on Raw.
That's funny. Also, like everyone's acting like that's the only promo video we're gonna do for WrestleMania. Like, you don't think they're gonna do another one with Stephanie, who's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, and all the women? Yeah, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that.
Then but Bully Ray had a good point about adding Rhea to the ad. Rhea would have been a great addition to the ad. Her coming in as like the only female.
I think it was. I mean, it was fine as is. It's all your top stars, right? At least,
yeah.
And then Brock, right? Who hasn't been seen. So I get what they were going for. Like, they can do another one with all your top women stars. You can do that. They can have Jade. You can have Becky. You can have Charlotte. You can have Rhea. You can have Io.
You can have Alexa playing with a doll in the back.
Yeah.
You can have Kyrie trying to join and Asuka go, Kyrie!
Yeah. I know, Kyrie's like spin the wheel, like that roulette wheel, and Asuka's like, Kyrie! And then and it wins, but she can't collect.
You know what? I think it would do better, and they haven't announced it yet, but I do believe that WrestleMania 42 will be the first ever WrestleMania on broadcast television. They're setting it up like that. You don't put Punk and Brock and Roman and I forgot who the fourth one was, all in the room together and not think there's going to be something big. Like, I think by Super Bowl, they're going to do a giant WrestleMania commercial and be like, it's going to be broadcast live. I can almost guarantee it. Like, on broadcast TV live.
I wonder if they can. It depends what the Netflix deal is. Like,
well, remember, it's on ESPN.
Oh, sorry, ESPN. It depends what because the ESPN app,
reserves the right. They can put it on TV.
They can okay, so I forgot that the pay-per-views are on Netflix. I even forgot the pay-per-views are on ESPN. That's how like brain dead I am. So it depends on their contract. ESPN should do that because what else?
I think ESPN would be stupid not to do that. They're not.
What else do they have going on in April?
Nothing.
Super Bowl's not happening. Like you have the start. You have the start of baseball.
March Madness will be finished by that time.
March Madness is just about. It's probably like the weekend after it'll be finished. Baseball is just starting. NBA playoffs aren't yet.
They're like a hairpin away. Yeah, they're in the perfect pocket.
Yeah, there's nothing else on TV for sports.
You put that on ABC and you shatter TV rating records.
I wonder if you would. I really do.
I would do if I'm ABC, like if I'm Disney, ABC, my partnership, and we already have it in writing that we can put stuff on broadcast TV. WrestleMania is going there, especially WrestleMania Vegas. You're not doing the Saudi Arabia one on TV. WrestleMania Vegas.
Yeah, WrestleMania Vegas you can do on TV. Going to sell a shit ton of ads. Although I hope all those ads are going to bleed into my ESPN service that I pay. Well, that is bundled in.
Yeah,
but that's the only thing. That's the only thing I don't like. Cause I don't think I've watched. I think I've watched one ESPN live. The others I just haven't been home for is Perth. I watched Perth live.
Yeah,
and I don't remember if they had ads built in, or was this that "We'll be right back" Chiron.
I don't remember.
"We'll be right back" Chiron really pisses me off on the rewatch. It's like, why is this here? Just cut it out.
Talk to ESPN about that. So, all right, back to Saturday night's main event. Again, the big thing here being Jade finally winning. It sucks that it happened on Saturday night's main event. It sucks that Triple H wasn't there to give her the point, which I think was kind of BS. But I loved the build of it. In the triple threat match with the really screwy ending because people were unconscious and all this other crap, Jade literally was bleeding from the freaking head.
At Saturday night's main event?
No. I'm talking about previously, leading up to that.
Oh yeah, the triple threat, the botch.
Yeah.
No, she got banged up.
It
looked really good on TV.
Yeah. So when she came back, a couple weeks ago, she took out Tiffy. She still had the scar and the markings of it, and she's been playing into that whole thing. She's like, I'm not here to play games. Tiffy, quote unquote, got hurt with her knee, and Nick Aldis was like, listen, Tiffy, you're not 100%. And Tiffy's like, no, I'm pissed. She took me out. I'm going to take her out. I don't care. Nick Aldis like, all right. And then Jade just dominated her.
I think there's an actual term for it's like blood rage, right? Side of your own blood can make you go crazy.
Blood rage, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jade just it's not to be accepted. It was a very Brock John Cena style thing. And they set up perfectly. Jade's mad. She's pissed. Nick Aldis is like, you're hurt. She's going to hurt you. And Tiffy's like, I don't care. It's still Tiffy time. And
bitch, this got stomped the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of meat on the bone for whoever Tiffy returns, if she is going to return. Jade now is a mean champion, and she's going to start fighting with Rage now. And I love everything that they're doing with it. And also congratulations to Jade. Like, they set her up. They took their time with Jade. For some people, probably longer than expected, but you finally got there.
They fumbled a little. They fumbled with her for a while.
They put her with Bianca. Bianca taught her the ropes for as best as she can, and then she kind of started hitting a good stride this year. And she got injured, She got
injured, and the run with Naomi. The run with Naomi was
the start out EC was a good turn. It was a good turn. It worked, and then Naomi got pregnant, and then you kind of got stuck.
Yeah, that storyline was going somewhere, and then it kind of sidetracked when Naomi won Money in the Bank, and
Bianca got injured.
Bianca hurt her finger. Jade had, not Jade. Naomi had different plans for, and they're like, okay, let's move her to Raw. Let's do this, and then she got pregnant. So maybe they would have come back to Jade, maybe not. I don't think they were. But the WrestleMania match is Bianca Jade, clearly.
Yeah.
And they're going to main event night one. I think that's the clear path. As long as Jade doesn't completely fuck it up. Or if they don't completely fuck her up. For that match in particular, I think Jade works better as the heel. But I still stand tall in my firm belief that Bianca Belair needs to be a heel.
Whenever she comes back, I don't know what the holdup is.
I mean, time away definitely is going to do her some good because she's been gone since WrestleMania, and I haven't thought about her once, to be honest. I kind of forgot she was on the roster, but when she comes back, it's going to be like, oh shit, Bianca's back, right?
Yeah,
and she's going to have an impact.
So I think the way you got to maneuver it here is that they got to make Jade as big of a star as possible.
Yeah.
To the point where people are like, oh, we kind of forgot about Bianca, and Bianca comes back.
And Bianca wins the Rumble.
Or Bianca wins the Rumble, yeah.
Yeah. And guys, think about it too, right? The women's roster really needs Bianca Belair. Liv's still out. Naomi's out.
Comes back soon. Yeah,
Becky kind of got sidelined with Seth being injured.
Yeah, she did.
So they had different plans for her.
She did make a funny in New Mexico.
Yes, she did. The meth joke, amazing. Piper Niven out. Might be career ending.
That sucks.
What's her name? The Chelsea Green hasn't really been on TV either.
Well, she just won with Ethan Page in Mexico, but no, she's been on
SmackDown, has she?
Yeah, she got Nick Aldis got to the point she was complaining about. She started complaining to Nick Aldis, and she was like, "I want my United States Championship rematch." And Nick Aldis was like, "You know what? Fine." And like,
all right, I don't want to deal with you. You annoying me to death. Okay, so she's still a staple. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez still staples. Yeah. Bailey and what's her name? Lyra have been just going nowhere.
I don't know what's going on with that. And
I'm waiting
for the payoff.
Yeah, they had someone with Bailey, and it's like they just kind of changed their mind, and you guys are just a tag team now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the payoff.
Because that Bailey flipping the switch, like the Festus gimmick, was really interesting. I was like, what's going on here? Like a few months ago, I was saying the women's division was the best it's ever been and the best thing in going in wrestling. Now I'm like... waiting for something to happen.
I'm waiting for the payoff. Is like it's got to lead somewhere. Hopefully, it leads into Survivor Series. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. American Thanksgiving weekend, because I don't want to upset Fretz even more so than I have today. So it should be leading into something. But what I am looking forward to next coming up on this wrestling calendar, NXT Gold Rush. So NXT has done a Gold Rush before, where all the titles are on the line. It's kind of like an AEW like special on their weekly television. However, this year NXT Gold Rush is going to be a 2-week special event emanating from the theater at Madison Square Garden. Also at this time, John Cena is going to have his final Raw the day before at Madison Square Garden on the 17th, which tickets are really expensive for that. But this not so much. But what makes this interesting here is that NXT Gold Rush, 2 weeks, titles on the line featuring NXT, Evolve, TNA, and AAA. So you are guaranteed to see titles and champions from all of those shows defending their titles in one of the 2 weeks if you decide to go. Tickets are on sale, I believe, only for week 1. And week 2 probably will be on sale very, very soon. That's where I'm telling you about Javon Evans and Leon Slater. I believe one of those nights they are going to do a rematch of the X Division title. Leon Slater versus Javon Evans at Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
And that was once I saw they went to a time limit draw, I was like, wait a minute, why are they doing this? And I think that's the setup. They're going to do it at Gold Rush.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I haven't watched the lick of Evolve ever. I hear interesting things about Evolve. Some of their champions have been really cool. The Evolve Championship belt is really nice, the men's and the women's. A lot of WWE ID talent is on Evolve as well. So I'm interested to see that. I'm very interested to potentially see AAA talent, because I never see AAA talent. AAA doesn't tour the United States at all. Yeah. And TNA. TNA's fun. Like, TNA is just a fun wrestling promotion at this point. And everybody seems like they're having fun over there. So I'm very interested in that. Will, I know we talked about it a little bit, about doing it. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But what are your thoughts on Gold Rush?
I do love the theater. And
theater's fun.
And I'm in the city on Tuesdays, so I'm already there. I can literally just walk 10 blocks down and meet you there. I can even leave my backpack in the office, like under my boss's desk, and just like, hey, leave this for me for tomorrow. I'll come in and see on Wednesdays too. So the 18th is probably the better day, because that 25th and the 26th is the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and that's going to be a madhouse.
Yeah, which I will still be here because we're doing Thanksgiving in Queens and then driving up to Massachusetts. But yeah, I'm totally done to do the 18th. Tickets are like 50-something bucks. So it's definitely like if you've ever been to the MSG Theater, it's a
fun.
Very cool experience. I don't remember the food, but I have a feeling I'll find out.
If not, you have Penn Station right there.
Yeah, and Penn Station right there. Because there's like that eatery right up attached to Penn Station. It's like a
on top of it.
Yeah. There's a bunch of also Penn Station's been completely redone, so there's a lot of food options even in there.
Beautiful.
It is very, very, very nice compared to what it used to be. I hope Port Authority's next, but I'm not holding my breath.
Don't. You're gonna be waiting a pretty long time for that. Last but not least, also announced over the weekend at Saturday Night's Main Event, what we're going to do with John Cena's final match. And guess what? It's a tournament.
I like the idea, not going to lie.
Yeah, the last time is now tournament. It is a 16-person tournament, as John Cena said in his own promo, featuring people that he's faced before, people he may have never faced before, and even people that may not even work for this company, if you believe in Joe Hendry. So we don't know who the competitors are, but the winning person of the tournament over the next month or so will be John Cena's final opponent at Saturday Night's Main Event in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, December 13th, which seems just so freaking weird for a lot of reasons. And I think I've cracked the code on one of them as well. So we do know the first 4 participants, which were drawn on Monday Night Raw, which I know, Will, you're not aware of.
I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to tell you who the first 4 people are. Match 1, Damian Priest versus Rusev in a first round match, and Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura first round match next Monday on Raw. This is going to start the tournament. Nick Aldis is going to select the next 4 on SmackDown.
I gotta tell you, I don't want to see either of these 4 win this tournament.
I'm not sure what if NXT is going to have.
He said it could be anybody from any promotion, anywhere, which means Raw, SmackDown, and NXT,
and people who may not work here. Listen, if people are saying it's going to be Gunther, which it might. I like the idea, and I've held this idea for a while. I like the idea of Obafemi.
Ooh.
I like the idea. Obafemi has nothing else to do. He's already been North American. He's always been NXT champion. He's beaten Trick. He's beaten Javon. And he dropped to Ricky Saints. It should be Oba in the grand scheme of things. People are thinking Edge might come back, and I don't think so. It would be great.
That would be great. I wouldn't be mad. Obafemi, I don't think would work because I don't think the match would be that good.
I would, and it's I see your point.
It's just the styles are too different.
I mean, but I think it's also
and you already did the Brock match, so
yeah. But it's also the question is, do they want Cena to win, or how does Cena want to go out? Is the bigger question.
I want him to face Dominic Mysterio.
I don't.
I see. Here's the thing, because I wouldn't mind John Cena winning the IC belt and retiring. I also wouldn't mind Dirty Dom beating him.
So
because you want to give the rub to a young guy, right? Up and coming star. Yeah, that's the idea for Obafemi. Make a star immediately.
Make a star, yeah.
And I think that works. I think the match would be better with Dom. I think Dom has earned it, but
Dom's already a star.
He is, but I think he would run with that rub. He'd be cutting every single promo. I retired John Cena for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I think there's other plans. Because Ray just came back last night.
Ray did just come back. So I think I don't think Gunther needs it, but I think it would be cool. I think Edge would be cool for nostalgia.
People are also thinking maybe Chris Jericho comes back because Chris Jericho's out of contract.
That would be very disappointing. that would be worse. Then honestly, that would be worse than one of these 4.
Joe Hendry potentially is also a name that's getting run around. For that. So Charles's final 4 is Sheamus, Hendry, Dom, and Cardona.
I wouldn't be mad at Matt Cardona, but he would need to go to be signed to WWE immediately. Like, it does nothing for WWE to have Matt Cardona win and then go back to the Indies /TNA.
This is good. Jason Jordan comes out of retirement to avenge dad angle.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
Wouldn't hate it. Like I like Obafemi because it's immediate new star, but it's just like the problem with that. Knowing
would enough people know who he is?
Not even that. No, because enough people will know who he is because he decimates John Cena.
Fair. If you don't know him, you're gonna know him now.
Exactly. Yeah. The only issue is there's, I think, a lot of politics, no pun intended, surrounding this match. It's DC. First of all, it's in DC, and I don't think that's by coincidence, especially when you add the fact that Trips has openly said, "I've been visiting the White House a lot lately."
Well, yeah, his mom's in the administration.
His mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
No, but his I'm not gonna say glazing, but his appreciation of the president within the confines of when he had a run in WWE. I fully expect added security at Saturday night's main event, not because of Cena, but because the president of the United because the president of the United States is going to show up at this event and have a public showing.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That's why I'm like, I don't think Oba's gonna make it. As much as I want Oba, I don't think Oba's making this tournament. With everything going around that.
Where's Oba from?
Africa.
Africa. Is it Nigeria?
No, it's not Nigeria.
Okay, good, because we're about to invade Nigeria.
No, and it's not Nigeria. I know he played at the University of Alabama, but I don't know where he originally is from.
I'll give him a Google.
He was the offensive tackle, I think, at the University of Alabama.
Obafemi, Nigerian. Ooh.
Oh, he is Nigerian.
Yeah, he is Nigerian. He's from Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, probably not the best place for him to show up because the United States is not happy in Nigeria because they're killing Christians, apparently.
Supposedly. That's the narrative that's being run.
So I'm not up to date with Nigerian politics. Forgive me.
I read about it earlier today in my news briefing in the morning. Omos would be a funny one, but Omos is not making this tournament. But what I wish we could do, I love surprises, but I think for something of this magnitude that's never been done before, I would love to see a full bracketology. Name the people.
Oh, like they did for the Cruiserweight Classic?
Yeah, name the people.
That would be awesome.
Notice, create printable brackets, because me, you, and Kay would do it on the show. Create it like an NCAA tournament. Give me a bracket, have us set all the stuff up, and have people bet on. You can literally do a literal March Madness style thing with this whole thing. Seeding people who beat who. It's a win-win because it just gets the word out there. Everybody would be doing this.
It'd be cool. I mean, if they have what? Give them what, 6 weeks, give or take, just under?
Yeah, you have 12 more people to announce.
Yeah, they could. Even if they did bracketology, as a segment on Raw, as a segment on SmackDown, as a segment on NXT, and then upload them all to YouTube as one giant special, just interlace and cut together. Yeah. Right? That would be cool. We all know who Damian Priest and Rusev is. But if it's a bracketology, specifically Rusev's history with John Cena, Sheamus' history with John Cena, Shinsuke's, I guess, comparison in Japan to John Cena, and then Damian Priest.
And Damian Priest you can go through Damian Priest's rise to becoming a former world champion and all that other stuff, But yeah, man, you can see how those styles clash and all of it. So you can do a lot with it. But I do wholeheartedly think Charles said let Dawkins in and get some burn. Dawkins is not in this tournament. I do think the Miz should be a part of his tournament.
Yes,
I think wouldn't. Okay. Absolutely.
So yeah, I'll give my my 3 or 4 I would want. Dom's first, Gunther, Miz, and then Matt Cardona, because I want him back in WWE.
Yeah, I think Cardona served his time in the Indies. They can use him. I don't know. I said, Oba, Miz, long shot is Carmelo Hayes, because if we're gonna make a new star, Carmelo's the perfect guy to do it against Cena. And I think him and Cena would put together a good match.
I would say yes if they built Carmelo Hayes better. I would say yes.
I think for it to work, he has to beat The Miz.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you can have Miz being like, you can set up Miz to be like, oh, it's going to be Miz versus Hayes, because you already set that feud up, and now it's for the fact that like Miz, if Miz beats Hayes, he'll move on to the tournament to see if he can face John Cena one last time, because we all know the history of Miz and John Cena, and Miz has never got his comeuppance, towards Cena. He did beat Cena technically in the main event of WrestleMania, but then Cena came back and beat him when it was him and Nikki and the whole Bella stuff. Yeah,
great. I mean,
and you never really had it. And then for Carmelo Hayes to come in and steal that moment from him, poetic.
It would work. That would be a good story. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes would be a good one. But I think they really fumbled him over the past year or so.
I think the Miz and him aren't done, and I think using the tournament to elevate that feud would be great. Who else could be in there? What about Johnny?
Johnny Mundo?
No, Gargano. Gargano.
He's in a tag team though.
Yeah, he's with Ciampa, but Gargano in the tournament would be fun.
Yeah, I guess.
Gargano.
In a previous life, I would have said Austin Theory, but then I remembered.
We don't know where he is.
He's out. Mark Henry. I'll throw Mark Henry in there.
What if Mark Henry just comes back? Mark Henry comes out with the salmon suit.
All right, I have my four.
Dom shaking his boots.
Dom, Gunther.
Okay.
Who are my other two? Edge. Okay. Who's my other one? I forget what my other one was.
Well, Fretz puts Wade Barrett in the hat.
No, stop it. His career is over, and John Cena ruined it. He ruined his career too.
Yeah.
Dom, Gunther, Edge.
I got one.
Those are
I got one better. Nick Nemeth.
Oh God, don't you dare mention Dolph Ziggler. Oscar bait. At least John Cena's a better actor than Dolph Ziggler.
Who do? Did I lose you?
I like how.
1 second. Lost my stuff.
You lost me. You got me now. You hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Your headphones die. Sting, Fretz, you shut your mouth. John Stewart. Okay, Fretz, now we're getting somewhere.
We're back. What did I miss?
See, that's why I use Wired. Fretz is naming John Stewart, Sting, and Wade Barrett. I said no to 2 of them.
What are your thoughts on Nick Nemeth? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no. Oscar bait? Absolutely not. 0% chance.
I just need him to say it should have been me once.
Yeah, no, but it shouldn't have been. It should not have been. I do like how Bailey's tweeting out, "Can women enter?" I'm like, well, Nikki Bella would be really funny.
I did see a graphic that John Cena's final opponent would be Nikki Bella. But Nikki Bella's out here being buddy with Stephanie McCare, which is kind of weird, but whatever, it works.
Sami Zayn would be cool.
Sammy would be cool.
I would have loved Kevin Owens if he was healthy.
Kevin Owens comes back with the classic NXT championship.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, if Kevin Owens is healthy, it would be absolutely great for that. But as we start to move away from this now, we do need to talk about some things that did happen. That did happen on Raw. So Logan Paul might be the new leader of the Vision.
Yeah, you know what? Don't even tell me. I don't want to know. I saw some graphics. He's like a face now or a heel. I don't know. I don't want to know.
They did a horseman beatdown is what happened.
Okay. So they fooled it. They did it like some tomfoolery.
Yeah, what ended up happening was Punk came out in a really nice long sleeve turtleneck. Like it's the Marvel style block lettering. Instead of saying Marvel, it says Punk.
Nice.
And it's in like a cream white, and then he has CM Punk with his fist logo in the back.
I did see it was the Nexus logo.
The Nexus logo for his gear at Saturday Night's Main Event, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a Saturday Night's Main Event? Interesting.
Yeah, he did the Nexus logo for his former trainer that passed away, because the jacket said Duke.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So Punk came out to start Raw, and he was talking about, like, I'll challenge anybody, anywhere. He calls it some people. He was like, Finn Balor, me and you can go. And I was like, you know what? I will see Punk and Balor.
That's a cool match. That's a cool match for sure.
Yeah. He talked about, he has to be ready all the time, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, whoever wants it, yeah, he's riffing about people he wants to call up. And all of a sudden, Logan Paul's music hits. And CM Punk is like, whoa, 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 I did not mean this. It's like, what is going on?
They have unfinished business.
I did not mean this. Like, it was to the point where I think they told Punk in the back, like, hey, just riff, and someone's gonna mic check you. And then
they didn't tell him.
They didn't tell him because he looks so upset. He's like, not this guy, anybody but him. Anybody but him, indeed. And I thought it was really, really funny. And then Paul came out and all this other stuff, and they were just like, oh, we're gonna take over, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, it seems like Paul's trying to look for a new leader of the division. He tried to entice Jey Uso, and Jey Uso's like, I want nothing to do with you or anybody else. I only care about myself. But he respected Punk, so he's gonna tag team with Punk against the Vision later on. And then it went to a DQ finish, and the Vision was beating up Jey Uso and Punk, and then Logan Paul comes out with the brass knuckles, standing next to Punk and a fallen Jey Uso, like, I'm gonna fight with you, and then he turns around and socks CM Punk, and then the crowd starts audibly chanting, which they did not censor out, F you, Logan.
They did or did not censor it out?
No, they only started censoring it out on like the last 30 seconds.
Amazing.
And then Logan stares down Paul Heyman, and Logan gives Paul Heyman the brass knuckles. So it is undetermined where Logan Paul stands.
Yeah. That I don't want to see.
Ooh, a healthy Chad Gable. That is a good choice, Charles. I like that. I like the idea of, since Seth is gone, he is no use to me anymore because it's total Paul Heyman fashion. So I'm replacing you with somebody else. I just don't like Logan Paul being a Paul Heyman guy. If that is the move.
Yeah. I mean, why not? How about, hey, Paul, how about you're the leader? Or Braun Breaker, because he's clearly,
the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird cliffhanger.
I do think CM Punk would be cool. Build a CM Punk. It's like, because what's the bigger fuck you to Seth Rollins? Winning your belt or taking your group? Why not do both?
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that.
And he's building up Seth to be a big babyface when he comes back, because he's going to be. And you have the feud with CM Punk, which never needs to end because it's great. And now you're doing the exact same thing, but reversed. So that makes the most sense to me. But you can build to that because Seth's out for a while.
Seth's out at least 6 months, at least.
And it's because that 6 months comes back. So 6 months, that's what? November.
It's around Mania season.
January, February, March, April.
March.
So like it's because he's ready for April. It means he's going to come back in April. You can come back in May or SummerSlam. Move it off a little bit because there's nothing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time bringing Seth back. There's no need.
Yeah, just tell Seth to stay home too.
No, Logan only had his match with Cena.
Logan had his match with Cena. We are not doing that. I swear to God, we are not doing that. Yeah, Logan had his match with Cena. All roads lead to War Games. I'm okay with that.
What are they gonna do at War Games? What's the 5 on 5 gonna? What's the 5 on 5?
3 weeks to figure it out.
Like, what in the fuck are you gonna do?
I don't know.
There's like no factions on either side for men or women.
We've also talked about this before. Like, there's not enough time to build these stories. They're doing too many shows.
I completely agree. Because the bloodline was built in, right, for the past few years with Roman and his squad. And
you have the MFTs, which are kind of cool now, but they have face paint on.
Yeah, but are they a War Games main event match? No.
What are
they fighting for?
Honestly, I would love MFTs versus the Wyatt Six, just for the shits and gigs.
Ilya Dragunov also looks really scary.
Oh, with the neck tattoo? Oh, yeah, he's vicious.
Terrifying.
Welcome back, Ilya Dragunov, by the way. He looks fantastic.
What if they did tag teams and it's 6-on-6 tag teams?
I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that.
I think they had tag team elimination chambers, so I guess.
Yeah, it's a crazy
to follow the story. I mean, it's something like War Games is just follow the story. Have one for men, so have one for men, one for women. But what are the women going to do? Are there enough women on the roster? It was like Maxine Dupree going to be in one of these cages.
She had an okay match against Becky. She's getting better. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what we're gonna do for War Games because now you have. You're right, Francis. The Seth injury did put a wrench into it all. But then you also have the idea of John Cena's retirement. That's the bigger story here. The tournament.
Cena's also at Survivor Series.
It's like his second to last appearance.
Yeah.
So are you going to have tournament matches at Survivor Series? I think that would be cool as well. So there's a lot of juggling going on, and they really need to figure it out in some way, shape, or form.
And good luck, Trips.
Yeah. Stop making trips to the White House and start being more creative. Stop using AI. I'm joking. You're not using AI, Trips, that we know of. We think. Who knows? Anyway, that's pretty much the end of our show. We covered a lot in a little bit of time. Well, actually, a pretty good amount of time for us. Pretty great time. And I think there's nothing else more to cover in wrestling at this point.
Yeah, no post show. I'm a little hungry and I'm fucking exhausted.
I'm a little.
I gotta do it all over again tomorrow.
Isn't it great?
Although Charles, a healthy Chad Gable would have been a good Cena. That would have been a Cena match, but I don't think Gable's healthy.
Unfortunately. So, I was speaking of what Sideberg real quick. I was talking about this with Charles last night. Who should demask El Grande Americano to reveal it was Ludwig Kaiser? Charles says it should be R-Truth. I say it's Gunther.
Oh, R-Truth would be great. And he goes, it's Chad Gable.
That's pretty funny.
That would be good. But also, I think it should be Chad Gable. Just so he can take it off of him and put it on himself and then go, gracias! So... I like
the fact of it being Gunther, because you can go. He could be mad. You could do a comedy act. Like you can just have Gunther be like really shocked for the first time ever.
I can't see Gunther doing that though. Here's the thing: Gunther is a main event talent now. Tiffany, stop that, Frets.
Stop it, Frets.
Could you see? could you see like the Booker's writers' room, Bobby Roode being like, "I got it. We're going to have Gunther rip off the mask." And Road Dogg's like, that's good. That's good. Our main event guy who's who's had a title 80% of his career is now going to be a comedy act.
But Gunther doesn't have to react
even just for the one night. It's just,
You don't have to have Gunther act as in a comedy zone. He could just be really pissed.
Yeah, he could just also beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
But like that, so that's what I mean. Like that kind of gimmick, the Grande, just doesn't work with someone like Gunther. He's too serious. He's too over.
I just like it because of the history. Because this guy was his second right hand man, and now he's this, and just getting Gunther. Like Gunther would be the perfect person to run him down.
Yeah,
like he ran down Goldberg that one time. It was great. Come on, I got 5 seconds for you. But anywho, that's pretty much the end of the show. And then we're gonna get the freak out of here and all of that hot stuff. But yeah, anything we're missing, Will?
No.
Yeah, congratulations to Kay. The Jets are still trash, which is great. Oh yeah, there is one thing we're missing: the results. Even though we did not do Halloween Havoc, Saturday Night's Main Event, AEW WrestleDream, we did do Bound for Glory and Crown Jewel, and based on that, Kay is still in the lead with 134.
Damn,
points.
I could have made it, dude. I was right there. I could have won. I could have came back with Saturday Night's Main Event. I could have been there.
Tied for second, myself and Will with 124 points. I will tell you, I bombed Crown Jewel, and that's why I am tied with you. But I made up for it in Bound for Glory. I completely bombed Crown Jewel.
Yeah, I bombed this entire year.
So luckily, we still have some stuff that we hope we will get to. Full Gear, Survivor Series, Cena's last retirement match, obviously. And whatever else, World's End, maybe we'll see what happens with that. But until then, folks, let us get the hell out of here. Yeah, let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 425, Burt, Texas. If you don't know who Burt, Texas is, Look him up. It's going to be a legend. It's on the Discord, Will. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe. Leave us 5-star reviews. The links are on the description below. Or if you're watching this, they're right above Will's face. Yeah, right there. Yep, scan that right there. If you're listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter as Will tries to hide his face in the QR code.
You can't see me.
I can still see you. Follow Wrestle Addict Radio at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word. Everywhere else, the link to that is in the description below. Will Tarashok, anything for me?
I voted today. Well, actually, I voted last week because I did
early voting.
So that was fun.
Early voting is the way to go.
Did on Thursday. It was great. Just walked down to town hall. And it's like, hey, I'm here. What do you need from me? They're like, nothing. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do I do? She's like, give me your name. I'm like, okay, so you need something from me.
I just bring my ID.
Yeah, no voter ID. They don't give me ID. I'm just like, what do you need from me? Drew's just name and address, and they give you the sticker or whatever, and you go and put. I do like how the voting machine's now all electronic. You can still put a piece of paper in, then it's all electronic, and it's much easier than the weird 1990s buttons. And it was less confusing. So it's actually easy to do write-in vote if I wanted to completely throw a vote away, but I didn't. I just voted third party and totally threw my vote away. So.
Yes, you did. So we come. Yeah, you see what happens. I think their polls are in at some places. Anyway, folks, when we come back, hopefully next week, I believe we're gonna talk about Full Gear or something. Something's gonna happen in wrestling that we totally forgot about, or something's gonna happen right after the show, which usually happens in the first place, and then we're gonna have a show to talk about next week. But I'm glad we're all caught up. I'm glad Kay had one of the best weddings ever. And yeah, I'm glad that the voting period is over. So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. Someone I'll never vote for ever. It's Slack. Fuck you, Slack. Yeah.
Mayor Slack.
Yeah, God, no. Jesus. It writes itself sometimes. Anyway, see you later, folks. This has been a Wrestle Addict Radio branded podcast.